This is the Coin Show Podcast. A podcast about coins and coin collecting from the perspective of both dealers and collectors. Hosted by two guys with a passion for collecting and a combined experience of over 50 years in the coin industry. Here's Matt Dinger and Mike Nottleman on the Coin Show Podcast.
It is episode 225 of the Coin Show Podcast.
225.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi, Matt. Hi, everybody. What's up?
225.
Wow.
That's.
Every time we do this, I say that. I'm like, hey, wow.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those. It's just a milestone. That's all. I mean,
Wait, isn't there a special word? Wait, no, that's 250.
Oh, no. 250, and you have to make up a word, which we'll get to in the
Semi-quincentennial.
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 Half of 500 year. Sure. But yet the 400 year was the tercentenary.
Tercentenary, I like that.
They make this stuff up.
Well, hello, fellow coin nerds. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good to have you guys here.
So on this episode of the Coin Show, we are going to do your coolest thing.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some stuff that happened at the illness show.
Ooh, yeah. Show report from Mike. I love it.
Show report from Mike. What do you got, Matt?
That's it, buddy. I'm just here for the ride.
You're just here for the ride?
I'm just here for the ride.
But first, before that, we got to make Matt laugh. So we have the news.
All right, buddy. Who's the news brought to us by tonight?
The news is brought to you by Toast, making bread crispy and golden brown for centuries. Toast.
But would that be toaster? Because
No.
the bread becomes toast.
Correct. And that is who sponsored. It's the toast industry.
But you said making bread.
Right.
Golden and
Bread
that would be
crispy and golden brown. It's not the act of making it. It's the act of being it.
Oh, got it. 10-4. Picking up what you're putting down.
Hey, it's all about who pays the bill.
That's right. Massive bills we have.
So we do. So, can you guess what the hottest selling in the hobby is right now at the moment?
The hottest selling thing in the hobby? Let's take a look. I'm guessing, since this story is about the Cherry Picker's Guide, I'm guessing it's the Cherry Picker's Guide.
The first print run of the new 6th edition, volume 2 of the Cherry Picker's Guide, has almost completely sold out.
Wow. Well, I expected that. I mean, varieties and roll hunting and coin searching are super hot right now. So,
Well, and they haven't updated this book in several years, and so I think
we're in double
everybody
digits
was
by now.
ready for it. You know, I mean, that's, I think, more than anything else, is the updated varieties that weren't listed in the 5th edition. So this
Right.
it's a must have. It's not something where you can, like a red book where you can get along with the last version.
Right. There's
Now, Whitman, to their credit, has said that they will make a second print run so that the books will be available without any interruption to the market. So fear not, they're going to make more.
There's more coming down the pipes. Yeah, I would not be surprised if they sell out of that print run as well. This just super popular book, and long time. Everybody that knows this stuff and has been doing this stuff has been waiting for a long time for this book to come out. So I'm glad it's out. Dennis, where's my copy?
You know, it's really funny how this is huge in our hobby.
Yeah.
And yet it seems like I don't know a whole lot of variety collectors.
You know, you know more than you think, because a lot of guys that do certain sets will study the varieties of the sets, will study the maybe, just a certain group of varieties and not necessarily varieties in general. But a lot of guys actually do, look for them, know them, or want to know them. So that's why I think this book is popular right now. Plus the advent of the TikToks and the Instagrams and all these people making these crazy videos about things you can find in your change.
Yeah, it's nonstop material for those people.
Right. So I think that might be another reason why this book is so popular right now. So
Well, at least this is good information.
Correct.
So this is the Bible as far as that stuff goes.
Correct.
So, forget about what the guy on TikTok says. If it's not,
Get the cherry picker's guide.
if Bill Fiva doesn't say it is, then it ain't.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you, like me, have always dreamed of being on the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee, another opportunity awaits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When are you going to sign up, Mike?
Here's the thing: is the Mint is soliciting applications for appointment of a person who would represent the general public. So there are no specific expertise, that's required for this particular position.
My friend, I think you should fill out, submit a resume.
You need to apply online. I think it's by September 11th.
Yeah. So you got a couple days.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Maybe I'll take my first day of my vacation and do that.
I think you should. I think you would be perfect for the Citizens, the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee. I think that would be a perfect Mike Nodelman duty.
I think that I would be perfect on the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee.
And I'm sure other people agree.
I will never be appointed if I don't apply.
That's right. Can't win unless you play.
But I really don't seem. It's like they're going to look at that and go, who?
Well, they're going to look at anybody that does this and go, who? I think
Well, if you look at some of these, the people that have been appointed, they have all been prominent individuals, at least from what I've seen.
Well, my friend, you are the most prominent individual on this show, so that's all that matters.
All right. Yeah, the news is starting to be brought to us by. Anyway. Let's see. The U.S. Mint has released the 2023 Palladium Eagle coin.
Ooh.
And if you've been following along at home,
nope.
This year's coin is going to be in a matte, uncirculated finish, which continues the pattern of finishes started in 2017. So if logic follows, next year's coin will be a bullion issue, and that's the 4 finishes, and they just kind of do it in that rotation.
Huh. I mean, I like the Palladium coin. I think the Mercury design is cool. I enjoy seeing it, but I have yet to own one.
My question to you is if somebody came in to buy Palladium in your shop, would you even think about a Palladium Eagle?
I mean, maybe, but there are other options that are more available.
Well, I mean, the premium on these things is just insane.
Well, these funky metals all have big premiums right now. Platinum has a big premium. Palladium,
rhodium has always had an insane spread.
Yeah, they just do. So, I mean, that's just the name of the game if you're playing.
I get that, but you can buy Palladium in other forms just more easily. I guess my question is, did the U.S. Mint do this because they saw a need for a Palladium coin?
No.
Or did the U.S. Mint do this to just say, hey, look what we can do?
Well, when Platinum and Palladium flip-flopped a few years ago, and by a few years ago, I mean several years ago, when they kind of flip-flopped as being the primary industrial metal for certain things, their pricing kind of switched as well. And I think that drove the demand for a bullion Palladium coin versus a Platinum coin. And so I think this is kind of where we are now. You have that industrial metal that's very expensive, but people also like to have it as a bullion piece. Here you go. That's why we're making them.
I never saw Platinum as a successful bullion vehicle either, though. I mean, at least not the Platinum Eagles.
I mean, but we've been making Platinum Eagles since the 90s. So
yeah, absolutely. And they stopped making them because nobody cared.
Well, I agree. But now they're making Palladium ones.
Palladium Eagles, and
obviously by the mintage numbers, it doesn't seem like too many people care there either, because I'm looking at them here.
So again, I ask my question: Is this something where they're doing it because they see a market that needs to be created, or are they doing it to say, look what we can do? And if they're saying, look what we can do, don't you think that there's other things that we could do better with?
Well, maybe, but
okay.
I think it's reading the story here. There's a law that authorized the program, so I think it's kind of written in that they have to make them now. So,
no, just because the program is authorized does not mean it is mandated.
That's true. I mean, I guess I'm not familiar with the actual law itself, but
right. That means they can. Now, why do they? Because they can, but you know how that works.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Oh, there's a big one there. The Mint has also released the last 2023 innovation dollar.
Oh, yeah, the weird lung coins. Ugh.
Oh, hey, look, Mississippi was home to the first human lung transplant.
I mean, that's cool, but ugh.
Its design replaces the Indiana car accident. And this series will continue until 2032 or until morale improves. And I would bet that half of our listeners have never even encountered one.
I've never seen one. I've never had one of any of the ones from this year in my hand yet. So,
I mean, in general, it's like the first year they made one, and then they made 4 every year after that.
Well,
it's going to be a what, 57 coin set.
Hey, I just like this because this is the first human organ ever seen on a coin from the United States Mint.
I mean, there are so many firsts in this series, right? They did a snowboarder on one. They did a telephone dial on one, which was kind of cool, and a bunch of kids looked at it and said, "What's that?"
Right, my kids sure did.
Yeah,
But yeah, human organs, man. Check that one. Did anybody have that on their bingo card? I sure did.
The game of operation played out right in front of you on coins.
Yeah, crazy.
And the 2023 silver proof set is also now available.
$289.95, something crazy, probably.
Oh, let's see. Hold on a second. How much is it?
I have the story here. Let's see if I can find it.
I got the story in front of me.
$130.
Oh, a mere bag of shells.
I like how a few years ago, they just all of a sudden jumped these from like
they jacked them
$70 to $150 or $130, something crazy.
Well, they went to 115 at first.
That's right.
And they stopped there, and they were like, and people still bought them. They're like, okay, well, that clearly didn't stop them.
We got these suckers on the hook.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, this leaves only the uncirculated mint set to be released among the annual coin sets.
Yeah,
it's already September.
They got plenty of time.
Well, I wonder if they'll just blow them off.
Oh, they would not pull a 1983 again.
Oh, the 82, 83 was for a reason. It's because they were changing the composition of the set.
Certainly, I understand that.
So that's why they didn't do it then. But I mean, how many of these things do they make? What does it cost? I don't know. It's just, it all seems so misguided.
Right.
And the funny thing is Ventress Gibson seems like somebody who has so much common sense and really, I mean, look, she inherited a mess and there's a lot of things to correct, but I don't know. Some of this stuff is just.
Yes. Yeah.
And if that isn't bad enough, in some of the weirdest news of the week or the century, for that matter,
God,
PCGS is now taking a swing in the selling coins to non-collectors arena. So,
okay,
Ultra Breaks are coins with 3 different labels. And PCGS is banking on collectors wanting the rare label on a relatively common coin. 23 Morgan apiece dollars.
Oh my gosh. I certainly hope that every one of our listeners is not dumb enough to fall for this. This is the goofiest thing I've ever seen. No,
don't. I say about it?
Do it.
Give me an Ultra Break.
Give me an Ultra Break. That was good, Mike. I like that. No, this is terrible. This whole thing
is just. Go ahead.
I was going to say, this whole thing that we're dealing with right now in this industry, these vault boxes, these trying to make this market into something else, is just a horrible idea. We don't want, the average collector does not want breaks. We don't want to open boxes. I mean, yes, it's fun to sit there and rip those boxes open and see what you get, but I'll guarantee all the vault boxes I've done, I've lost money on every single one of them. All the ones I've done for this channel, and that's really the only reason I've done them, is just to show you guys that it's not great. I'm not even going to touch these things
and
with
you
a 10-foot
even got a
pole.
red core.
Yeah. I'm not even going to touch these with a 10-foot pole because this is literally the exact same coin no matter what you get. You can get the Ultra, Super, Mega, Ultra holographic double McBreak, and you still get the exact same coin as the common stuff. That's dumb.
Well, that's the ultimate collecting the plastic, right?
Yes, we've been telling people for years to buy the coin, not the holder. And this is literally the epitome of buy the coin, not the holder. So the coins are worth what? What are these coins worth, Mike? $140, $130?
Ops.
Yeah. And they're selling them for $250 for a fancy special label.
Well, not even for a fancy, for the chance.
Well,
so here's kind of like my analysis, and that is that this is exactly what we feared when PCGS was bought.
right.
This is exactly what we feared when NGC changed hands.
Hedge fund's going to hedge fund, man. They want to make the most money
They're
possible.
going to do what they do, and all they're doing is looking for new opportunities and more opportunities. And the brand be damned, and they're just going to do what they do. And so this is them trying to go after a different market and justify it by saying, well, we're not going after that market.
Attention, morons. Please buy these coins. That's terrible. Sorry.
Attention, Kmart shoppers.
Sorry. No, it's just, man, it's bad. I can't take too much more of this kind of stuff.
Oh, no, wait, it gets better.
Oh, no.
So David Hall and Stax Bowers seem to be trying to replace CAC.
Oh, gosh.
The collectible market qualified sticker will be the seal of approval offered on graded coins in this new venture.
So let's see here. Its response. Let's see who's behind it. Renowned numismatic auction house, and David Hall, founder of PCGS, and basically the reason that CAC exists in the first place.
Right.
Because of his lax grading and gradeflation. Don't get me started. Have come out with a sticker now to indicate that the coins were graded correctly. So basically they just circled all the way around back to the beginning. Is that what I'm understanding?
Here's the way I see it. I think that's exactly right. So David Hall started a grading service, and John Albanese, and I'm not talking about the personalities, and some other guy came in and checked him with CAC, right? And then CAC decided to start grading coins. So now the founder of PCGS is saying, okay, well, I'll be the authority on what's graded correctly and what's not. And the only problem with that is that the reason CAC happened in the first place was because people respected what John thought about the coins.
Right, exactly. And the problem was that the grading companies had let their standards slip so much that
they needed to be checked.
They needed those checks and balances. Exactly. Yeah. So that's where CAC comes from in the first place, is the guy that just launched his own sticker. Oh man, what crazy clown world.
I love this article because it shows a coin with a CAC sticker and a CMQ sticker.
What crazy clown world are we living in right now, Mike? Tell me, please.
It sometimes seems to be like they just throw darts sometimes, but this is, the last one was like a tail wagging the dog kind of thing, because it's the corporate move, and you see that as the corporate move.
Right.
This seems to me more to be an ego thing.
Yeah, 100,000%. I agree with that. Not needed, not wanted. Why?
Oh, that's typically the way the ego ones.
I think I'm going to start a stickering service, and we're going to put poop stickers on coins that we think are ugly.
On coins that are really crappy and shouldn't have graded in the first place.
Yeah, we're going to put poop stickers on those holders, and you can submit them to me for $20 a piece, and I will look at your coin and decide whether I want to put a poop sticker on it or not.
But it's really got to be poopy.
It's got to be bad.
Yeah.
Yep, that's $1 million idea, buddy. Let's run with it. Oh, my God.
I like it. We need to make that happen.
We might.
It's the poop emoji, the big coin, which is supposed to be ice cream.
Well, and that's the thing. Somebody in the chat said CAC is ruffling feathers. That is exactly what's happening.
Ruffling feathers. Okay, hold on a second.
Because maybe completely shifting the industry, more like it, I think.
Right. There's a difference between ruffling feathers and disrupting an industry. It's CAC literally disrupted the coin grading industry.
Correct.
And turned it back to what it needed to be.
Right.
They helped everybody in the industry by creating the service that they did.
Brought a little balance to the force.
Right. They brought balance back to things.
Yes.
So it was out of the control of a couple of hands, and it is more of a
David Hall being one
has
of them. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I had to clear my throat there.
it has to be more consensus now that something is really, I don't know. I just think it's more honest this way.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Not needed, not wanted. Why?
No. Moving right along. The Royal Australian Mint.
Getting spicy Matt tonight.
Let's see. Yeah, you are.
Wow.
So let's see. Australia is a big country, and many don't know this, but they love big things down under. Down
Crikey.
under.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. So the Royal Australian Mint will honor with a U 10 landmarks across their country known as big things. So, the Aussies are really, really proud of their landmarks, and a lot of the landmarks in Australia are these gigantic things. Like there's a big banana in New South Wales, and there's a giant koala in Victoria.
Wait, what? What? Big banana? There's
There's a big banana in Coffs Harbour, New South Wales.
and they're making a coin for the big banana.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
that'll be the
love
first
it.
one in the series.
I want big banana.
There's a big pineapple too.
I have to order me one of these.
That's
cool.
from Queensland.
What's up with Australians loving big things?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's kind of cool. So they are celebrating their own heritage in the way that they want to, and I think it's kind of cool. So there's a big Tasmanian devil, a giant ram, a big lobster. Throw that one on a babby. A big jumping crocodile, the big swoop, giant koala, big pineapple, giant Murray cod, big blue heeler,
Weird.
and the big banana.
I'm scrolling down now to see the rest of these. Ooh, that giant koala.
I mean, the designs aren't all that great, but the idea
No.
is fantastic. I love the pineapple.
That giant koala looks like nightmare fuel. If you're looking at this story, hover over that fella. Holy cow.
It's Sphinx-like.
Look at this guy. Jumping crocodile. Tasmanian devil. Wow. Those crazy Australians are at it again. Love it.
The original Royal Mint will offer a group of gold and silver proof coins that feature King George II.
Okay. And
So yes, that's right. The Royal Mint is going to make two-headed coins on purpose. So this is going to be the 8th coin released in this series.
So they're doing a series of monarchs? Okay, yeah, I see that.
Right. They're going back and recapping some of the monarchs.
That's like our presidential dollar
Clearly,
series.
they've been doing this for 7 years prior to this.
Right.
We just didn't notice. But it's funny to me that you got one king on one side and a different king on the other, and it's like, it's perfect two-headed coin.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Well, heads I win.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in the shop, we get a lot of people asking if they should put away coins with Queen Elizabeth II on them.
Oh my gosh, all the time I get that question.
Right, because they could be rare someday, right? And that usually gets an eye roll, at least for me.
You're not kidding, buddy.
But even though Her Majesty appeared on billions of coins, the Royal Mint has listed the rarest coins of Queen Elizabeth's reign and published them for all to see.
Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, thank you, guys. Now I can just refer to this image from now on when people ask me about Elizabeth coins.
Right. And it's like, here's the rare ones. No, I don't buy them.
No, I don't sell them.
No, I don't sell them. Good luck.
That's true. And I mean, the one there, the 10 pence is legitimately rare. 63,000. That's not a lot of coins.
Mm-mm.
That's literally the only one I would recommend people look for, though.
Well, you got to have a place to look for them.
Well, that's true.
Although, here's the thing about foreign coins that I have found out by collecting, some of the stuff that I collect.
Right.
Is that the fact that it's obscure here means that more people are ignorant about them. They're not knowledgeable. And so they're less likely to discover things. And if you're looking for stuff, if it is here, I think your odds of finding it are better because the number of people looking for it are just not existent.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
That wasn't too much of a circular ramble.
No, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
And finally in the news, I have been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah.
The semi-quincentennial is approaching.
It is.
And the United States will celebrate by issuing circulating coinage that commemorates this milestone.
What do you think it's going to be?
Well, so here, this is one of the advantages to growing old is that you see a lot of things come around, right? So I remember back to the 70s when they did the bicentennial coinage. And for those of you who weren't around then, which is almost everybody, it was a contest to design the quarter. And they took the top 3 designs. The top one went on the quarter, the second one went on the half, the third one went on the dollar.
Yeah.
And it's just really coincidental that Eisenhower dollar ended up being so iconic, for the imagery on the back.
So in this story, they have a link. It says the Mint is considering a variety of possible themes for the special circulating coins. We invite all Americans to take a brief survey about thematic concepts being considered. You guys want to take this survey together?
So the Mint is asking for input from the general public by way of a survey which asks what Americans would prefer in the way of thematic concepts. Let's take it. Let's have some fun.
Let's do it right now. Let's see. Provide your feedback.
Oh,
you are about to leave the official Mint website. Okay, let's see if you guys can see this. Looks like you can. Coins, thematic concepts for public input. Take 6 minutes of our time. All right, you guys are going to do this with us. And we're going to vote as a group, I think. Okay, coin designs developed from this thematic concept would highlight national inflection points or historic change that occurred across our 250 years. Instances where the fundamental principles of our democracy were revisited, reassessed, and reaffirmed in a way that collectively moved our country forward. Using the following scale, please indicate your interest in seeing this thematic concept reflected as part of the United States Mint Semi-quincentennial commemoration. Are we interested?
No. Would you be interested in seeing images of the Declaration of Independence? Sorry.
So this is where democracy was revisited, reassessed, or reaffirmed in a way that moved our country forward. So this is like civil rights movement. This is like, the right of women to vote, things like that. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say I'm extremely interested, but I think there's some good things there. So we'll go with very interested. Next up, Declaration of Independence itself was the first major historic change impacting our country. Then they rattle off we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. So how interested are we to see something about the Declaration of Independence in the semi-quincentennial commemoration? Now, we have had coinage already with the Declaration of Independence on it. So I am neutral. Let me look at the chat and just see what you guys think. What do you guys think? Just tell me, just rattle off in the chat where we should be here. I'm very neutral on this because we've already had this coin design.
I'd love to offer an opinion.
Go for it.
So my thought on this is that this is the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
250th.
The Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that comes later. And that's a different celebration. So Declaration of Independence, yes. Constitution, Bill of Rights, no.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go with, I can't say I'm extremely interested, but we'll go again with very interested.
Yeah, very interested.
Okay. Next up is the United States Constitution. So, again, I believe
not interested at all would be where I'm at with that, because it is not. It's just not an anniversary of that.
Right, and I think again we've already had the constitutional coinage along with the Bill of Rights,
and in another 13 years after then we can have it again.
Right. I'm gonna go with you on not interested at all. Same with the Bill of Rights. Again, correct. Bill of Rights,
because that's part of the Constitution.
Very important, but again, not something that is celebrated on the semi-quincentennial. It's not what we're celebrating here.
No. So, Declaration of Independence.
Not interested. Abolition of slavery. Well, I think it is a great thing. Again, It happened on December 6th, 1865. So
I would say this, that if you're going to do a series of American events and you want to include that,
perfect.
yes,
Yes.
but standalone by itself, I don't think that is relevant, although a very,
So
it's
I think
it's a real part of our history.
so.
There's no question.
Think that the U.S. Mint is using the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence as a springboard to honor. Maybe they're doing exactly that. Maybe they're using this anniversary as a way to showcase these things that have happened later that have affected our country. Again,
Right,
like what we talked about at the beginning.
Not to be the devil's advocate, but the Declaration of Independence and the government that followed it was the Articles of Confederation and the Confederation government, which failed.
Right.
And it failed in 13 years. So, I think that all the stuff that came later came as a result of the Constitution. And that all should be, if you're going to look at the progress of America, okay, as a series, if you're going to put out like 6 different designs,
I think that's where they're
I see
going.
that. But
I mean,
okay, you're
abolition and
probably right.
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing here. I'm almost sure of it. So, on the abolition,
But I think as a standalone coin, this is again not the venue.
but I'm actually
completely relevant.
I'm actually going to go with very interested because it's something we haven't done yet, along with women's suffrage. Also, something we haven't done. Civil rights, we've done some. So, I'm mostly going by coins that we've already produced, to be completely honest with you. So I'm going to say neutral in the civil rights coinage.
There you go.
Philosophers such as Aristotle, Cicero, John Locke, Alexander Sidney, Thomas Jefferson developed many of the ideas woven through our founding documents, such as the ideas of liberty, equality, and that government should serve the common interest of all people. Would we be interested in seeing that thematic concept? No, not really.
See, I think that is exactly what we're looking at. That's the kind of stuff that we're celebrating.
Yeah.
Was the actual founding and the revolution.
But philosophers such as Aristotle, I mean,
well, no, Aristotle, no.
Cicero,
yeah, I mean, John Locke.
I mean, the founding fathers.
Okay,
sure.
no, because then you're. I'm not interested in that at all because now that I think about it, you're basically putting Americanism as an extension of.
And it says philosophies that inspired the founding, not necessarily the people that were responsible for the founding, but the things that inspired it. Fundamental freedoms protected.
I don't know.
I went with not interested.
I'm sounding stupid on this one.
Fundamental freedoms protected by the First Amendment. Thematic concept would interpret 5 freedoms of the First Amendment of the Constitution: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, right to assemble, right to petition. So, again, this is an amendment to the Constitution.
Right. Do it in 13 years.
Yeah, slightly interested. Ideas that define our democracy. Okay, so here we go. This one I can get on board with because this is something, the big ideas that underpin American democracy, which was started with the Declaration of Independence. That's what got the ball rolling, and that's what we're celebrating. So, liberty, self-government, equality, individualism, diversity, knowledge, unity. I'm extremely interested in that because that was what the Declaration of Independence was all about. Liberty, self-government, equality. So there you go.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Correct. Principles expressed in our founding documents: Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights. Why are they lumping all these together?
Here's the thing is they have a bunch of questions randomly. I was going to follow along with you on the website, and that's the question it gave me first, so I had to bail out.
Oh, gotcha.
So I don't think in this particular one that you're looking at that we'd be interested because it's too broad.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay, here's what I can get on board with. This is something that I believe
mentioned in the Declaration itself.
Yep, there you go. Close reading of the Declaration of Independence. I mean, again, it's about the Declaration, so I'm going to go with very interested. I'm not extremely interested in close reading, but definitely, these kind of goes back to what we talked about with liberty, pursuit of happiness, so on and so forth.
All men created equal.
Yep. Struggle and progress, two sides of the same coin. Don't start with me, U.S. Mint. This thematic concept would feature key historic figures and central to meaningful American progress.
Don't we have enough dead people on coins?
Yeah, I'm slightly interested in that. Meh. Civic engagement in our democracy. Okay, so these are things that happen nowadays because of the Declaration of Independence. So voting, petitioning, running for office, peaceful protesting, serving on a jury, paying taxes. I want the paying taxes commemorative half dollar. I want that coin, U.S. Mint.
They're going to make it out of solid gold.
Extremely interested. Next. Okay. Depictions of historic figures. Not interested. Sorry.
No.
Not interested. Not interested. Not interested. Yep. Founding principles that shape the American identity. So this is things that have happened because of the Declaration of Independence. I'm okay with that. All men are created equal. Yeah. Depictions of liberty. No. No liberty.
Well, I mean, liberty is just an allegory.
Again.
There's got to be a context.
Right. Semi-quincentennial coin program. Please interest in a mint featuring historic designs, whether from coins or other artwork. I'm neutral on that because then it says depicting.
They want to
symbolic,
recycle stuff.
Right. Please indicate.
There are so many good artists out there. There are so many people that could create really good designs and do create really good designs. I don't think that we're hurting for talent. Let's put some of them, out there.
Right. Knowledge-based democracy. What? Knowledge-based democracy. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance, and people who mean to be their own governors must arm themselves with the power knowledge gives. Neutral. I mean, it's a James Madison quote. I'm sure it has some meaning. 200. Okay, so I like this one. 250 years. Where we began, where we've been, where we're going. I can get on board with that.
Yes, but that is a theme in and of itself. That's great.
Right. I'm interested in that one.
Yes.
I am definitely not writing things out. You guys don't want to sit here and watch that. Finish the survey. Okay, there you go, guys. News is over.
And that's the news. And the news tonight was brought to us by Toast.
Toast.
Baking bread crispy, golden brown for centuries. Toast.
You're listening to the Coin Show Podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Nodelman.
Well, that was just a fun little survey we did there. That was a good time. I was okay with that.
Yeah. No, that was cool.
We call that in the industry
that together.
Filler.
And if you guys want to go to the Mint website and fill it out yourself.
Yeah. You have an idea. You have an idea. There you go.
Now you know what you're going to do. Let's see. So I want to talk a little bit about a show that I did this week.
Yeah, you just got home today, didn't you?
Got home today. Me and Russ did. Well, I mean, I was home every night, but we did the illness show, which was in Tinley Park. It's the Illinois Numismatic Association, and it was a pretty decent sized show. Security was good.
Yep.
Everything there was good. Business was pretty brisk, and we had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Kedzie Coins. Steve Harrison was the guy who was running the show as chairman, and it really did a nice job of putting on the show and making sure that everybody was, comfortable and taken care of. And there were a lot of people that were sitting there doing whatnot.
Yeah, see, like we talked about at World's Fair Money. I'm telling you, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy, but here's the thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's just Crabby Mike tonight or something, but
tired.
Here's
Mike.
what bugs me about, well, that's probably, but here's what bugs me about whatnot.
Okay.
It seems to be a place where they're dumping bottom feeder stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff that they would normally sell to telemarketers, stuff like that. Stuff that is going to be very low satisfaction and is going to.
Whatnot allows you to become your own telemarketer, basically.
Yeah.
That's why.
But
Because it
the way
attracts
it's
those
set
people.
up, I don't understand. I don't think that you can sell big ticket items on it. I just don't think you can.
It happens
Because
very
there's too big
rarely.
a chance that you're going to end up giving it away because nobody bids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you get a glitch for 10 seconds and now all of a sudden your 21D, Walker just sold for $12.
It happens, I'm sure. I mean, it's I think it's definitely something that is coming in our industry because the world now is changed from where it was when you were a kid or where I was a kid. It's you say it best when what do you call TikTok? What's the phrase you use?
Clickbait?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Go ahead.
It's a kind of theater, you call it.
Short attention span theater.
Short attention span theater, right.
Right.
And so that is where we are right now with this because people they scroll through there, they scroll through all these live sales going on, and it's just short attention span theater at its finest with sales enabled, and that's what it is. So, I mean, I feel like the younger generation has that short attention span, and
it's all the ADHD.
It might be. I mean, I'm not kidding. I think that's exactly what it is, and I think that is the way that they are going to start marketing that to the younger generation. And I'm telling you, as an old fella, you are. I mean, look, I know, I'm getting there.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to check out. That's
fine.
Right.
No, you're not. But as an older guy in this industry, we have to at least understand why this exists, and not just get angry at it. Just like you have to understand why that kid's walking on your lawn and not just yell at him.
Oh, no, there's absolutely. And look, I want to encourage any kind of growth in this hobby that I can find. My only objection with that is that I feel like people are going to get a bad taste in their mouth. I mean, that's really what I think is going to be is that people are going to buy stuff they're unhappy with.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean,
and then they're going to get an overall disdain for coins in general.
I have some experience with it. I know people that do it and they do great and they do good stuff and they sell a decent amount of stuff. I'm not knocking it. I don't want to crap on the people that are doing this. But it's just definitely something new and different that has never had any kind of effect on our industry in any kind of meaningful way in the past, and it is now. So there you go. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll get off my. I'll put my soapbox away, and I'll let you get back to talking about your.
Oh, no, I like that every once in a while.
So go ahead,
Spicy Matt.
Yeah, I'm on with the
yeah. So there was good, strong business Thursday and Friday. A lot of dealer to dealer business. The public presence was very strong today.
Love it.
And I always like that. It's twice as many people doing half as much business. I get that, and that's why dealers don't like it. But it's a chance to make contact and interface with people and really kind of connect. And there's value to that. I was talking to one of my older friends in this business today, and we were talking about, yeah, you grind it out and you grind it out. I said, no, but the hardest part, in my opinion, and the thing that people need to understand is that you need to learn to be nice to people when you're tired.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh.
Because you're going to be tired and it's going to happen. And it's like every time you talk to somebody, it's their first impression.
Yeah. Even if you've been talking to 800 people, yes, number 801 is the first time they're meeting you.
It's the first time they're meeting you. And that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah. So there was somebody who actually asked me, are you the idiot that was on, well, he didn't call me an idiot, but he said, are you the guy that was on the cartoon show the other morning? That was the only person that asked about that.
I love it.
To which I answered, yes, I was.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
And we had a couple of Coin Show podcast listeners that stopped in.
Nice. It's funny. The funny thing is when Mike and I are at a show, people recognize me, but they recognize Mike's voice. They always when Mike is at the table, they always like, I know that voice, and then they seek him out and find him, but then they just recognize me for some reason. So
you're the face. I'm the voice.
I'm something. Well, good.
I'll tell you what, it's funny because I once met somebody who had a radio show here, and I was standing in line in front of him, to get our kid's picture taken with Santa Claus, right? And I hear the voice behind me, and I turn around, hey,
That's funny.
Yeah. So so we did some nice bid. There wasn't a lot of bullion sales there. That didn't seem to be really strong. And trust me, we were trying to push bullion,
Yeah.
but we sold a lot of currency. We sold a lot of slab coins, and we sold some raw coins. And
Corey in the chat.
this-
Corey in the chat just said you both have faces for radio. Can we fire that guy? We need to fire him.
no, we can't fire him.
Okay.
I know that's the only problem.
Crap.
So hard to find good help these days.
Yeah, no joke. But yeah, no, I mean, and you guys did. You said so wholesale, I assume, was okay too. Dealer to dealer stuff was good.
Dealer to dealer was really strong. I mean, we did pretty well. We were able to find some things for people, and I mean, we didn't do a lot of buying,
Right.
but we sure did a lot of selling.
Right. And you know what the scary part is? You and Russ and myself are going to be together in the distant, not too far off future. The end of October, we are going to be at the Indiana State Show, which is October 20th.
So if you have vacation time coming, no,
Yeah.
but yeah, so we're all going to be in one show at one time, and yeah, that is going to be a good time.
It's going to get ruckus
all day, all night.
It's going to get ruckus. I'm telling you, that show. They
You
may
roll down a hill with me.
Maybe they may not let me come back. And they love me. Those people love me. The guys that run that show, they love me because I help them out. I promote the show with them. They love me, but they might not let me come back after this one.
Oh, especially after, hey, look, me and Bega together are just dangerous.
I can only imagine.
It's funny. I mean, you should have heard the guy at the table next to us because I was busting one of the kids' nuggets today.
Yeah.
He just heard me and I kept ripping the kid. You'd hear him laugh out loud. So it was fun.
That's funny. Well, friend, you want to get to see what everybody's coolest thing is? I know I am stoked for this.
I do, but I'm going to make a request.
Request away.
Yeah. So I don't see the Facebook page. So I'm just going to watch it on the feed, but that's going to be delayed. So you're going to have to read them.
Okay. No problem. I'm happy to do that.
You cover everybody's coolest thing, and if you talk about it long enough, there might be a second for me to make a comment.
I'll cover it. You react to it. Let me get a drink of water.
I'll try.
We're going to do this. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. So if you guys are joining us and have no idea what I'm talking about, the Friends of the Coin Show on Facebook is a site that we use to interact with all of our listeners. You guys, we post this a few days before the show, and we want you guys to put your coolest things that you've got recently, new cool things, old cool things, new favorites, any of that stuff. We want
anything you want to share.
Right. This is basically show and tell for our listeners, and we love every second of it. Let me get this blown up as big as I can. There we go. All right, let's take a look. Slab Daddy starts off with, he says, Slab Daddy will kick things off. This 1770 French medal commemorating the death of George Whitfield. The reverse says, an Israelite indeed, a true soldier of Jesus Christ. Ex-Sidney Martin collection, and it is unlisted in the bets. And on the front, we see a picture of Sir George Whitfield. And it looks like it is a bronze medal. And it looks like it's fairly well circulated. Whoa, that picture didn't work out real well. I got her now, though.
It's in really nice shape, though.
It is. He is sans one nose, but, what do you do?
Well,
what do you do?
It looks like he had plenty.
Yeah. Stephen Mayer says, picked this bad boy up last month. I love it. And he shows us a picture of a Lafayette dollar in PCGS AU58.
I love Lafayette.
I know. It's a beautiful coin.
58 is like the perfect grade for him, too.
It really is. And then he actually shows us the reverse here as well. Looks like a nice example.
I want to see the swirly marks.
Yep. Aren't those isn't that fun little thing about those?
Yeah.
So what Mike's talking about is on Lafayette dollars, you can actually authenticate them because underneath the horse down here will be some swirly die lines, and that is indicative of a genuine coin.
Right.
Jack Riley says, keeping with my finds in the wild for face value, this 1998 wide AM Lincoln set. Oh, cool. I found 2000s. I never have found a 98. I've owned a bunch, but I never found one. And what he found, so in 98, 99, 2000, and some of the other years, they were kind of flip-flopping some of the dyes that were used on proof production around at the mint. And this dye was originally intended to be a proof reverse, and it was struck as a business strike. Finished and struck as a business strike. And you can tell that because of the spacing between the A and the M on the reverse.
Now, I know it's a completely different process, but were there any of the circulation dyes that ended up getting processed and made into proofs with like a narrow AM?
I would have to defer to the live coin Q&A people. I am fairly sure they would know the answer to that. I don't know it. I don't think so. I can't remember any, but I am also not
not, because proof dyes are proof dyes.
I'm not the end all be all expert on that jazz. So next up, Warren Kennedy says, I know it's an ancient, but I am very happy with it. Hey, we like ancients here.
We love ancients.
He shows us a Michael the Seventh Byzantine Empire piece. It is a gold coin. It is certified as AU by NGC. Those are cool.
I like these because if I'm not mistaken, it's kind of concave convex.
They are. Yeah, they're like dishes.
Yeah. Those are really cool.
They are like dishes. All right. Next up, we have Dennis Mendoza says, my favorite coin in my collection. Ooh. He shows us an 1858 $10 gold piece, PCGS AU58 plus, and it has the desired green bean CAC sticker. What a
Maybe
cool
he
coin.
should hurry up and send it to Stax Bowers.
Yeah, there you go. Get a green bean SGPR.
I love the look of that coin, though.
I do too.
No, it's an O mint, and yet
looks
very well struck.
Quasi-proof like.
Yeah.
Quasi-proof like. Very cool.
It doesn't have the QPL on them.
Nope. Oh, you know what? Here's somebody I haven't seen on here in a long time. Barry Swan, the unnamed source. He posted a coin. He says, my first Top Pop Civil War token. It is 1 of 1 in 65. Walked into his local coin shop and got the first pick of a package fresh from the plastic factory. And it is a Civil War token from Albany, New York, it looks like. And it is for a man named Joseph McBurney Cigars and cigar box manufacturer. And he was on 26 Mulberry Street.
In Albany, New York.
And it's interesting, they didn't give this coin a color designation. They just called it MS65, which is rather interesting because a lot of the times they do give these color designations like Lincoln Cents.
Well, okay, so here's my question. It's a Civil War token,
Correct.
So it's made out of copper nickel blank?
Oh, that's true. That could be. It could be because a lot of the Civil War tokens I have in stock right now have color designations. So maybe it's the composition of this one that they don't do color designations for. You could be very well correct, my friend. Hercules says, probably not my coolest thing, but she's pretty anyways. 1968 Crew of Elks 999 Mardi Gras doubloon by H. Alvin Sharp. These are cool. I don't know if you guys know about Mardi Gras doubloons. It is a very interesting subset of collecting of exonumia, and they do these every year for the Mardi Gras parades, and they throw them out basically of the floats, and people collect all the different ones. So
I'll tell you a story about Mardi Gras tokens. I have a small collection of them.
Really?
And they were gifted to me by a secret Santa who I divined at the time to be our very own Hercules. I believe he was the man that gifted them to me, although I have no proof.
It has to be.
But he sent me a bunch of really cool Mardi Gras tokens. It kind of opened up my eyes to the whole thing because it's all the different crews that give these things out. So you want to collect ones from the different crews. And a lot of these crews do it year after year. So there is a continuity to that. Some of them are just plastic. Some of them are, silver.
Yeah, this one's silver, and it's toned absolutely beautifully.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're really, really cool. And so, long time no see, Kirk, but definitely, he opened up my eyes to those.
Thank you, Hercules. That's very, very nice. And we call him Hercules. That's his screen name from years and years.
Yeah.
In the coin
Coin talk.
forums. Yep. So, all right. Up next, we have Vince. Vince posted my highest graded $20 Liberty Gold Double Eagle. And he shows us an $18.99 $20 gold piece. PCGS MS65, also with a beautiful green bean sticker on it.
5+.
5+, yeah.
Plus.
Very, very cool coin. I love nice high grade gold coins.
Well, they're so big that having one that doesn't have a ton of marks and they're so soft.
Right.
That's just kind of unusual. So nice 20 libs in 5+ and better are really hard to find and very nice to own.
Bob Brock posted, picked this up recently. It looks better than a good 4 to me, but I'm still learning how to grade barbers. He shows us a 1913S barber quarter, in NGC good 4. Now, this is one of the better dates if you don't know about barber quarters. 13S and 01S are pretty much your key dates. 96.0, I think, is also better, but 13S is one of those dates. So, this coin does look like it is a little bit better than a good 4.
It certainly looks better than a good 4 to me, but
I agree. Let me look
really
at the back, see if we have a picture of the reverse here. Oh, we do. So I think that's why I think it was net graded to a good 4 because it is just a little weak on that rim there on the reverse. They really like to see a little bit more rim than that. The obverse is all
but
there.
13S would normally get up.
I know.
Bump.
I
They're
know,
gonna
but
be nice. I agree. I think this coin is undergraded.
I don't disagree. I think the front's a lock all day. I think they net graded it for the reverse.
And the 13S is the rarest of the barber quarters. However, the 01S is harder to find.
Yep.
And the reason for it is the earthquake in 06.
Right. Yep, that's right. Stephen Burton says, bought this from the one and only. Hey, he bought this coin from me a few years back, and it ranks high on my list of ancient Roman coins in my collection. It is a Julius Caesar denarii. It was struck in late spring, early summer of 48 BC. The obverse has a Clementia, possibly, wearing an oak wreath. And the reverse has a Gallic trophy, which is, I don't quite understand how to explain this. It's basically like an armor stand with the enemy's vanquished armors on it, I think, is how they did that. And it has a little banker's mark, but this was a nice coin. I remember this coin. This coin came in my office, and I knew he was looking for one, so I mentioned it to him, and we ended up working out a deal. But yeah, this coin is struck for Julius Caesar.
This is one of the reasons why Caesar was assassinated.
There you go. There you go. Oh, and Paula just got back with us. See, I knew she would know. She said, Mike, there were proof strikes in 98 and 99 struck with the BS dies. So business strike dies. They were FS 901. There you go. See, I knew they would know.
Ask and ye shall receive.
I knew they would know the answer.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you so much. Brian Bass says 1871 CC 20 lib. Lucky to have had this rare coin cross my desk recently. Only 215 estimated survival. This is one from an old collection locked away for decades. He doubts he will be able to top this coin anytime soon. Yes, I know. That was a heck of a coin. And the only reason I know that is because I bought it. Very nice coin.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very tough coin. Those coins are extremely hard to get with any kind of meat on them and not all screwed up. So, super cool coin. It was very, very, very fun piece for me to own as well. So, thank you so much for posting that.
That's nice.
Jody Dotson posted, just got this old CC. Posted a picture of an 1877 CC quarter in PCGS Fine 15. And it looks like a crusty special. That's the kind of coins I like to see right there. Crusty original. Something about that. Just, I like it on circulated coins. Very cool. Thank you so much.
A coin that did some work.
That's right. Joe Bohannon says, picked up this 1862 $1 legal tender. There's writing along the top that indicates it was a present from a teacher to an 11-year-old girl for having good marks in school. Wow, in 1862, that's a heck of a present from the teacher. Yeah. Wow. Cool, look at that. You can see it coming across the top there. It's pencil. That's cool. Very, very cool. Malcolm McGaw says, I can't remember where I got it, but I've had this set for about 35 years. And you're just now posting it? Come on. And I've never seen another set like it. Such items are not allowed to be sold on the popular auction site. Apparently, the North Korean coins with the 2 stars were intended for issue to tourists who come from communist or socialist countries. How this was implemented.
The vacation capital of the world is Pyongyang.
Pyongyang, yep. How this was implemented and administered in practice is a mystery. So that's
cool, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. North Korean mint set. Wow.
You are not going to see any of those.
I can't say I've ever seen another one, and that's what I love about this. That's what I love about this.
It's funny. I saw a North Vietnamese coin at the show this week.
North Korean or Vietnamese?
Oh, North Vietnamese. It was like 1952 or something like that.
One of the ones with the hammer and a sickle on it?
No, it was I don't really remember the design too much. It's all kind of a blur, but but the thing that I noticed about it was N Vietnam. I was like, wow, that's
Delbert Channels posted a beautiful looking Oregon Trail command. He said recently picked up this nice Oregon Trail and shows a picture of it here looks like in the Dance Co album. Let me get this so you guys can see this a little better. This segment's kind of hard because everybody's pictures are different sizes, so I have to kind of resize it every once in a while for everybody so you can see. That looks like a heck of a coin. Looks like a nice coin, lots and lots of luster. Let me get a picture of the back up here. Looks like the back is just as lustrous.
Looks 6-ish to me.
Yeah, probably 65, 66, depending on how much of this chatter on the Indian here is visible.
This particular coin always does well. It's a popular design. People like it. It struck well.
Yeah.
And it just held up really well, too.
Okay, let's see what's next here. We have a strong doubling on this 1930 dime. Probably machine caused, but it's super obvious, and no one I've talked to has ever seen another. Let's take a look. Yes, that is some doubling, and yes, you are correct. It does appear to be machine doubling. I agree with that assessment. Flat and shelf-like doubling is always machine-like. Or, I'm sorry, is always machine
on all
doubling.
The letters, then it's not doubling.
Think about it like a stair step. If it steps up and then steps up again, that's machine doubling. If you look at the doubling, it's the easiest way. Jack Young just posted a picture of some counterfeits again. That's what he does. He just comes and posts counterfeit pictures. Oh, Jack, you and your fakes. You.
Yeah, but you know what? I love this because his set is nearly complete now.
I don't think he can complete that set. It's not possible. Be like the Eliasberg of fakes
with teeth on it, and more Morgan dollars with Morgan on them.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
not the right years, not 21. So,
let's see here. Marcus Davis says, I told my wife that I had to post my favorite thing when we got home from dinner. She smiled and pointed at herself. Oh, that's cute. I had to clarify my favorite numismatic thing. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is a sample slab that I was given at the World's Fair Money last month. This is my first sample slab. And he shows us one of the NGC QR hologram launch sample slabs that they did hand out, in fact, at the World's Fair of Money. It has a Gibraltar 2-pence coin in it, and you can see the new NGC hologram with the QR code. Very cool. Dave Nelson up next with a Roanoke commemorative $50.
Pretty tone.
It is, and it has what they call the tab toning. Have you ever seen this before? Do you know what this is?
This is actually from the original packaging,
That's
right?
correct, right. So the original packaging had a piece of cardboard that was just a little bit smaller than the coin, held in by 2 tabs. And you can see the tab at the 6 o'clock and the 12 o'clock on this coin. And then the lighter area was where the cardboard sat on top of the coin. And it's called tab toning, and there are certain people out there that just absolutely love it. There you go. J.R. Preston says, added this to the Aircoin pile, bought this off Matt in person at the A&A show in Pittsburgh. He sure did. He shows us the 1978 quarter struck on a nickel 5-cent planchet. I remember this coin. I enjoyed this coin.
That is the rare sideways quarter.
Yes, it has. It spun my mind and spun the coin. Ed Anderson says, got this 1803 large cent in an old generation holder VF30. Straight graded early copper is tough. And you are correct. Straight graded copper in general. Copper is such a reactive metal that a lot of the times just finding it without problems is difficult.
Very nice coin.
Yeah.
Nice chocolate brown.
I like that coin. Carl then says, I got these great American collections from my parents for my birthday that were my grandfather's. I love them. I have not had a chance to look them up yet, but I laughed that there was an Albert Einstein coin. That's true. Great Americans. Albert Einstein is not the first one that pops into my mind.
Not American. No.
Definitely not American. But those are cool.
Einstein.
Those are Franklin Mint pieces. And yeah, I forget why they put those out. I think it was just one of the sets that they did.
Well, I mean, they were making metals for all kinds of reasons in the 70s. It's like there was a bronze factory or something.
Right. Nicole Mauser says 1854 French jeton depicting Athena offering protection over the personification of France. It was made as an advertisement for an insurance agency. That's pretty cool.
So, an insurance agency in France in 1854.
Jetons are cool. Jetons
are cool.
I really like those. Oh, and last but not least, our dear friend Ernesto Aguilar got these yesterday from the Chinese Mint, and he shows us a very interesting stylized horse and dragon coin that I am sure is probably this year's issue of the 10 yuan.
I like the dragon.
I do too. I think it's cool.
I like the dragon a lot.
I think it's super cool. And that's it, you guys. That is what you guys brought. Again, you guys brought it awesome. I am so excited that you guys showed us all the cool stuff you brought. Thank you so much.
And after that, I am inspired to kick your butt next week.
Well, you better, because I think I'm up like 3 or 4 on you, pal.
You know,
and the year is coming.
I've been just kind of, bringing my B game.
Okay. So. Well, let me tell you. Let me get you a reality check here, real quick, friend. I'm 3 or 4 up on you, and we have 3 months left in the year. That's a possibility of about 6 more episodes that you have to get 3 wins, just a tie
for the trophy.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, my friend. We'll see.
I told you I'm inspired. I have next week's coin already.
Ooh.
And it's not next week. It's the week after. I won't be here next week.
Yeah, we're going to take a break next week. Mike is going on vacation.
A little vacation.
He's taking some time off. We're going to take a week off, and then we'll come back in 2 weeks, probably with another show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll do a hangout and a show. So seems like we'll do that every other week and kind of do that. Try and bring you guys something every week.
You guys rock for hanging out with us tonight. I see all you guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rock.
Yes.
That's it, buddy. That's all I got.
All right. So we want to thank our staff tonight. Fuzzy sitting in moderating the chat.
I know, the fuzz.
That's Corey Scherer to you and me.
No, it's fuzz to me.
Yeah. Justin Urban and Ernesto Aguilar, Barry Swan, the unnamed source, Leanna Spurrier, and
Russell
Bega for contributing everything that they do to this adventure that we do every week.
And you guys for hanging out with us.
You guys for hanging out with us and for listening, because without you, this entire endeavor would be pointless.
My fellow coin nerds.
Yes.
Love it.
Watch for shorts, watch for updates. We're going to be doing more of that stuff. And that's pretty much all I've got.
Yeah. All right,
so this episode 225, we'll try and do something for our semi-quincentennial. Why not? For the Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
We'll talk to you next time on the Coin Show.
You've been listening to the Coin Show podcast with Matt Dinger and Mike Noddleman. Tune in next time when the boys bring you another exciting episode. You can find them wherever you get your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website at www.coinshowradio.com. You can also join our private Facebook group where everyone sees every post. Just search Facebook for Friends of the Coin Show and ask to join. If you'd like more, you can become a subscriber on Facebook or join our Patreon at www.patreon.com/thecoinshow. If you sign up at the $5 month level or higher, you'll have access to exclusive content on patreon.com on the off weeks, including the Not the Coin Show podcasts. Thanks for listening to the longest-running coin podcast in the world of numismatics. This has been the one and only, the original. This has been the Coin Show Podcast.